Hey everybody, it is David Townley with Townley Pool and Spa. I'm here at Dusty Hurst House up here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And we were looking to try to get some more tips and techniques out there on how to grill on your big green egg. And if you want expert advice, this is the place to come with Dusty. He has been our award-winning EGGfest chef. His team has won the last 3 years in a row. He has been up to, up here in Springfield, Missouri and competed. So he's an expert. I mean, the guy knows everything about big green eggs. So we thought, let's travel up here on a beautiful day in the fall and kind of come out here and see what he's cooking on the egg and help some of our viewers try to figure out maybe how to perfect some of their own cooking. So, Dusty, what are you going to make for us today?
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We're going to do a 3-course meal, and I won't reveal everything yet. We're going to, keep you in suspense a little bit and make sure you stick around for the whole thing. But we're going to start with an appetizer, and it's really a what's traditionally an entree dish that I've kind of turned into an appetizer, and then I put my own spin on it. So we're going to make we're going to start with a steak Oscar crostini. So,
oh, sweet. And to let everybody know, we're going to have some specials this month at Townley Pool and Spa on big green eggs. And we are raffling off a large big green egg. We're going to take all those proceeds. It's $10 a raffle ticket, and we're going to donate it to the Arkansas Food Bank. It's a huge, important cause. It's right here in Central Arkansas. It's what a wonderful place to donate money and your time. They're always looking for volunteers. But what they can do with $1 compared to what we could donate with $1, it's pretty much for every dollar we donate, it's 5 meals. And so being able to get that kind of buying power and that kind of expertise. So you guys go out there, if you already have an egg or if you're looking for an egg, great way, $10 per chance. And we're going to raise money for Arkansas Food Bank. So Dusty's got his large egg. What temp you got that thing up to?
I've got it at a little over 500 degrees direct. I've got a cast iron grate on there. So even though I'm going to slice the steak up, I'm kind of a stickler about presentation. And I mean, you eat with your eyes first, right? So I'm going to put some nice grill marks on there, and then we'll get this thing put together.
Okay, and so you said steak and...
it's a steak Oscar crostini.
So we're gonna have some
So yeah, so this is a prime fillet that I've marinated for about 4 hours in my house marinade, you call it. And that's I won't reveal that. It's we'll call it classified, right?
Proprietary, right?
It's proprietary, okay. Exactly. I've marinated it for about 4 hours, and then as far as the seasoning, I keep it simple, and I just do a 50-50 kosher salt and coarse ground black pepper. You can do whatever beef rub you want. I'm sure David and Jessica would love to sell you some Lane's brisket rub.
Yeah, some of the Lane's barbecue. It's the go-to. All right, we're going to get a little bit closer shot in here.
Yeah, you can see. I got to go grab something real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, look at those grill marks. Nice job, man.
Thanks, man.
But the water's open.
So I know the steak's been resting, but I'm gonna temp it again just to make sure. You know how the old cliche, measure twice, cut once.
Yep.
I kind of go by that with cooking, and go temp twice, cook once, right?
Is that where you got that idea for these fly things, David?
Of course.
Oh, because we have some of those now, and stuff I just put on. Oh,
All right. So one thing I want to point out with steak, and it doesn't really matter. This is prime. It's not going to be tough. I've not overcooked it, but like with brisket or flank steak or tri-tip, I still cut steak against the grain just to kind of help and make sure it's going to be tender. Like I said, you don't have to worry about that. It's just kind of a habit, and so I already do that. So stick with the old ways. Look at that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Medium rare. Might be a little.
It's a pretty fancy knife you got there, Dusty.
Yeah, you know what? I was I had my eye on these for a long time. I was considering buying one. I was going to message you guys because I knew y'all had them, and I actually got one as a Father's Day gift. So shout out to my aunt and uncle, Tim and Beck, for getting me this knife. Absolutely love the thing. It makes quick work of cutting steak, that's for sure.
All right, so Dusty, that steak and that crab and that asparagus is awesome. So that was just the appetizer, right?
That was an appetizer. So we're doing, we're gonna hit our second course now. And since the appetizer was a little heavy, you know, with the steak and the bread and everything, the crab meat, we're gonna go a little lighter for this, for our entree dish, if you will. And we're gonna do fish tacos with a grilled pineapple salsa. So we're gonna get this fish on. This is grouper. You can use whatever you want for fish tacos, and I like to go about 400 direct. We're not quite down to 400 yet because this was so hot with the fillet. But I like to go about 400 direct and just keep an eye on it. You know, you're gonna cook it to about 145 internal, and so we're gonna do that for our entree dish.
I was going to tell everybody, you can kind of see Dusty's got his egg pretty tricked out. He's even got this little light here on the side. So if you're out here grilling it nice, it's right here. All right, so you got the fish on.
Got the fish on, yeah. Flipped it once. We're gonna check it and see where we're at.
So does he recommend having a pretty nice instant read temperature thermometer on?
Absolutely. It's like, it's going to be your lifesaver. It's going to be your life jacket, I should say. You know, when you're grilling, as far as doing things like this, burgers, chicken, anything really direct heat, of course, you're going to want to use, you know, an instant read thermometer. I love this Thermopin. You know, it's you get a 3-second read. You can see here we're not quite there yet. On that end we are.
You said we're looking for about 145?
Yeah, about 145. Really close. We'll give that a couple more minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put our tortillas on here. Yeah, there's a Thermopin, of course. Again, not sponsored, but there's a Thermopin, which I know Townley sells Thermopins. I don't know if y'all sell the Big Green Egg thermometers or not.
Well, actually, exclusively the Big Green Egg.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, you're fine. The Thermopin is a great tool. I have one on their accessory side, but we do offer the pretty much exclusive Big Green Egg stuff.
So I'm going to get a little char on these tortillas, which is going to take no time. We're still pretty hot here, so.
That is the one thing I miss living in South Texas is the tortillas. A good flour tortilla. Those look nice though. Where did you get those locally, or? These are
actually they're the Mission brand street tacos.
Oh, okay.
So this is, you know, if we were serving these tacos at Townley's EGGfest, you know, we'd be using these. It's, as you can see, it's, you know, the perfect sample size. So just personal preference here. I like to get a little char on them, so that's why I'm putting them on there. You can heat them up however you want, but our fish is ready to go here. Put that over there. Like I said, this is a light entree to go with our, you know, a little heavier appetizer fish tacos. You can do fish tacos a variety of ways. You know, you can do a Baja sauce if you want, or you can, you know, mix up some coleslaw, whatever you want to do. Really, it's up to you. This is a nice, refreshing way to do them with the fish, and then the grilled pineapple salsa. So I'll take a minute to talk about that, I guess. I just charred some pineapple spears, a couple minutes just to get some char on them. A couple minutes on each side here on direct heat using the same cast iron grate. And, I think I was at 500 already when I put them on there. And then dice those up and put those with some orange peppers and yellow pepper, an orange bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, a little cilantro, the juice of a lime.
Okay, so now we're into the dish mode here.
We're gonna use our fine china here and get these plated up. So I guess one thing I should mention also on the fish is, if you didn't have a thermometer and you had to cook by feel, when this flakes, you can test it out on the grill, but when it flakes, that's when it's done. So you can cook by feel. Would highly recommend getting an instant read thermometer. If you've got $100 or so, you won't be sorry if you buy the Thermopin. I don't want it to sound like a commercial, but
Right.
I absolutely love the Thermopin and swear by it. So
I'll say the same thing, for that Egg Genius, which is the little flame kind of temp or pit controller. You go out and you buy a $100 brisket, you're having a lot of people over for dinner, you really don't want to mess that up. So I like your analogy, it's the life jacket. It's kind of like meat insurance a little bit. So you don't want to serve people undercooked food. You want to make sure that you get it to the right temperature. So having an instant read thermometer, I think, agree. That's the way to go. I'm going to get a little close up of that. Nice.
So this is our pineapple salsa. And you could grill the, put a little char on your bell peppers too if you want to. I just did the pineapple, and man, when you grill fruit, it really brings out the sweetness. So this'll be amazing, as far as offsetting the savoriness of the fish. And the salsa also has, like I said, a little kick from that Lane's chili lime, so it's going to be a good combination, refreshing and light.
And again, this man knows what he's talking about, folks. See that right there? One first. Yeah, he knows. Okay, ladies, we have the next course for you to try.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We're ready.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna
Here we
have
go.
Michelle swoop in
There
there.
you go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Looks delightful. Smells so good.
I love these little street tacos.
I know they're so cute.
Grilled pineapple, babe.
My favorite.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
Dusty made those tortillas by hand.
Morning.
No, he didn't.
Got up real early.
Somebody
Yeah.
there knows better.
Yeah.
Michelle, not even
Yeah.
a chance.
Just like,
Yeah,
no.
she didn't go for that at all.
So good.
That's your next challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Make tortillas by hand.
Okay, there you go. You hear it here first.
All right.
She told you to do it, and you're gonna do it.
And
Bring-
actually,
Okay, we're down to our final. Of course, we've eaten very well, Dusty. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate doing this all on behalf of Townley and behalf of the Big Green Egg, and then especially as a way to try to help raise money for Arkansas Food Bank. So this is a huge deal. But for our sweet treat here at the end, let's see what we got here.
All right, we have a bourbon chocolate chip skillet cookie.
Oh yeah,
So we
you had me at bourbon.
we baked this on the Mini Max, and give you a little view there.
Yeah.
We baked that on
Come
the Mini
around.
Max on indirect heat at 375 for about 20 minutes or so. And I'll let you get a shot of the convector there. One thing I'll mention, when you, just kind of a tip if you will, when you are baking, whether it be a dessert pie, cobbler, or something like that, or a bread, you want to make sure your convector looks like that. So if I were doing this on the large, I smoke ribs and brisket and everything else under the sun on this thing, I would have to do a clean burn on this thing. To get all the gunk off of the convector. I don't have the convector.
Oh, you don't have the
on there,
convector in there. Okay.
To get all the gunk off of there, I would have to do a clean burn on there. And so what a clean burn is, really quick, just kind of a tip for you guys. you know, you would turn your convector, this is the way I do it anyway, not the right way, the way I do it. You turn the convector legs down and do, you know, between 500 and 600 degrees for 30-ish minutes, and then flip that over, and that should help burn all that gunk off and make sure you don't have any acrid smoke flavor in whatever you're baking on
Oh,
the
okay.
bacon eggs. So
Or even better, you could have 2 convectors, right?
you could have 2 convectors. You could go hit up David and Jessica and get yourself an extra.
Extra convector, absolutely.
Keep one clean for baking and keep one for smoking. So we're going to plate this up. We're going to turn this into a sundae. So this is going to be a bourbon chocolate chip skillet cookie sundae. And you know, to make things better, if bourbon wasn't enough, we're going to top it. Actually, I'm going to wait and keep it a surprise and just show you when we do it.
We're going to top it with cash. It smells wonderful. All right, any particular bourbon while we're on the subject of bourbon?
You know, I just used Jim Beam. It's a little. It's not our drinking bourbon.
Okay.
You know, I guess I should have used our drinking bourbon, because they say, you know, use what you drink in your food. Don't cheap out. Not that Jim Beam is, you know, the cheapest thing, but I use that, you know, when I spray my ribs. So I mix that in apple juice to spray the ribs. So I use the Jim Beam. Use whatever you want.
So we'll get a little spoiler alert. Jessica and I are going to make vegan ribs.
Ooh.
Sounds weird, but you know, there are a lot of people that eat McRibs, so I mean, there's no bones in there. So just saying. That's just a teaser for what's to come when we start doing some of our cooks.
All right.
Now, just gonna throw this out there. I know it's got bourbon in it, but obviously as you cook it, you know, the alcohol is going to cook out. So this is safe for kids to eat and stuff. Okay.
Or in this case, Mama.
In this case, you know, Michelle has got an extra passenger with her.
So this cookie is a scratch cookie that I've added bourbon to. It's the chocolate chip cookie recipe we always use. So you can you know, do whatever you want. You can use a refrigerated cookie dough if you want, and you don't have the time to mix up one. That's totally fine. But we did a scratch cookie, added a little bourbon to it.
And you've got some other little wonderful goodies over here, it looks like.
Yep, got a couple other goodies there.
Again, Dusty, first place, or Dusty and team, I should say. It's a team effort for his guys.
Team effort.
Mike, Kent, Michelle, Melissa, Whitney, the whole crew.
The guys actually have the other 2 trophies. So this was from 17. Mike has 2018, and then Kent and Melissa have last year. Really bummed that we can't, you know, head to the EGGfest this year, but you know, really cool for David and Jessica to be doing this EGGfest on the go. So glad to be cooking up today. Have a reason to get out here. It's a gorgeous day. So, all right. So let's finish off this sundae. We have some homemade whipped cream.
Oh, fancy.
Had it in the freezer and then put it in the fridge. It's not quite thawed out. That's all right. That, and then we are going to do some pecans. Again, we're making a sundae here, so whatever you prefer, put on your sundae. Do a couple pecans. That, and then, like I said, if bourbon wasn't enough, we're going to add some candied bacon, right?
Candied bacon.
So I did this on the Mini Max as well before I put that skillet cookie on
Yeah,
there.
tell us about that.
It's just a few pieces of bacon that I've halved, and then I put a brown sugar and cayenne mixture on them, and put them on indirect heat about 350, 375 for I think 15 minutes, and then brush some maple syrup on there, and then flipped them over and did the same thing on the other side.
Now this is
On there.
this is like a whole meal right here, all in one. Love it.
And then, of course, you gotta have a cherry, right?
Oh wow. Bourbon skillet chocolate chip cookie with candied bacon, cherry, homemade whipped cream, and is that some chocolate sauce?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Volunteers to okay.
Right here.
Just checking.
Waiting this time.
Yeah.
Thank
Wait
you.
here.
There's one for Mama.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
And Harley is saying, "Where's mine? Calm down."
This is hot off the press.
Mm,
Oh yeah.
that is so good. I like when the cookie's warm.
Mm-hmm.
Melts the ice cream.
That's edible.
It's,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's kind of. I might eat all of it.
I think you should try.
That's it. That's a wrap. I want to say thank you again to Dusty and Michelle
Yes,
for
thank
having
you
us in your
guys
home.
so much. Thank
Feeding
you.
us very well and showing us some of the versatility of the Big Green Egg. You guys are the pros at this. So
I don't know about
All
that.
him.
I really
No, you're
appreciate
a good
it.
team. Great
Um,
team.
We're doing this in all good fun and friends and family. Obviously food is a big deal. I mean, you have to have it to survive, but there's some folks that they don't have easy access to food. So we really want to support the Arkansas Food Bank. You guys feel free to make a donation. You can buy raffle tickets we're raffling off a large Big Green Egg. It's $10 a ticket. Buy multiple tickets if you like, because we're going to just take all that money and just
And
give
give
it
it
right
to
to the food bank. And again, their power, what they can do with $1 can
Is
just trump
5
everything
times
that we
what
can do.
anyone else
What we
can
can
do.
do. So again, thank you guys
Great cause.
Thank
for
you,
welcoming
guys.
us in your home.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
Appreciate
you so
being up
much.
here
Such
in
a great
Northwest
time.
Arkansas. Go Hogs today.
Yes,
Yeah.
go pigs.
And Dusty, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
No,
Yeah.
thank you
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Appreciate you guys
so much for coming out.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, appreciate it. All right, you guys have a good weekend.